So welcome to the second session of our excretion chapter. Yesterday we learned the definition of excretion, how important is the process of excretion for human beings, and I told you we'll start excretion in human beings. Page number 75. If we go through the chapter of excretion, significance of excretion, why this excretion process is important? It is important because by this process we are getting rid of some harmful nitrogenous waste. Some of the salts and excess water which is removed from our body. These are all harmful substances which needs to be removed from our body. That means we have to get rid of this harmful substances. So this is the importance of excretion. So if I ask you what are the waste materials which are produced by the process of excretion, the waste which is produced are CO2. CO2 stands for carbon dioxide. H2O, water. So these are some substances which has to be removed by the process of excretion. So what are the waste products which are removed? Carbon dioxide, water, nitrogenous compounds. Nitrogenous compounds are ammonia, urea, uric acid and some of the bile pigments. So did you get? Today we are doing excretion in human beings. So when I say excretion in human beings, it is very important because we are getting rid of some waste materials like carbon dioxide, water, nitrogenous compounds. Nitrogenous compounds, when I say, just remember ammonia, urea, uric acid and some of the bile pigments. These are the waste materials which are removed from our body by the process of excretion. We are doing human excretory system or excretion in human beings. So did you all get what are the waste products which are removed? So just make a point of these waste materials which are removed by the process of excretion. So just will imagine what will happen if this removal doesn't take place in our body. So if there is no removal of the toxic waste, what are the waste you already got? Carbon dioxide, water, nitrogenous compounds. So if they are not removed from our body, I told it may lead to some disease conditions. There may be accumulation of the toxic waste. This toxic waste may get accumulated in our body. It should not be accumulated, it should be removed from our body. What are useful products? It will be absorbed in our body. But whatever is a waste material, they need to be removed from our body. Then next, the water content may increase. So we have a specific water requirement for our body. Suppose if this excretion process is not taking place, there may be increase in the water content. And finally, the ionic balance. Ionic balance. See, in our body we have different ions. Potassium, sodium, like you take sodium chloride, salt. This sodium chloride, NaCl, breaks down into Na plus and Cl minus. So this Na, sodium, chloride, these are all the ions. Like if you take a lot of coconut water, you get which ions? Potassium ions. So these ions play a significant role in our body, in the metabolism of our body. So this balance, very importantly maintained. Like when you undergo dehydration, you have continuous loose motions, diarrhea. What is disturbed in our body? The ionic balance. So when you suffer from dehydration, what is the next step or what is the solution for it? Rehydration. Rehydration in the sense you have to take lot of water, fluids. And you also have that ORS, oral rehydration solutions or solutes. So in that what you get is your ions, sodium, potassium, calcium, all that ions you get back into your body. So this ionic balance is maintained by the process excretion. So to maintain ionic balance, that process is called as homeostasis. So remember, homeostasis is the process in which the body maintains the ionic balance. Now how will we come to know whether the toxic waste and how much percentage of this toxic waste is removed, or what is the level of the standard level of this toxins in our body? For that, I think we have always remember there is a test done. It may be blood test or urine test. So these substances, what we said, nitrogenous substances. These nitrogenous compounds which are removed during excretion, in that we said there is ammonia, then urea, we have another one, uric acid, and some bile pigments. Bile pigments, you know bile. Liver produces this liquid called bile, or liver secretes bile. Bile helps in emulsification of fats. So this ammonia, urea, uric acid, bile pigments, these are all the nitrogenous compounds which are removed from our body. Amongst all these compounds, the most poisonous or the most toxic waste product is ammonia. So we are telling how is this all produced? These are the products from metabolism. You know metabolism, yesterday I told you what is this metabolism. So during the breakdown in our body system, there are some products like ammonia, urea, uric acid and some bile pigments are secreted or they are removed. So amongst that, the most poisonous waste product is ammonia. So I think on page 76, there are some reports given. Reports of blood. I think you know when you go to the lab, there are some lab technicians who give you some reports. Blood test, urine test, stool sample. Stool means our solid waste. So they test that and they come to the analysis. They analyze and send it to the main doctor. So if you come to page 76, you can see 3 reports there. First one is the report on serum or blood analysis. Second is report on urine analysis. And if you come to the last table, that is electrolytes. I told electrolytes means all our ions. So they have a big level given there. This materials or this waste product has to be removed from our body continuously. By which process? By the process of excretion. So now you came to know the definition of excretion. How important is this excretion? Like question may be, what happens if the waste products are not excreted from our body? So I told you what are the following things to be done. So next we will start excretory system. We came to know excretion. Now we will see the excretory system. We are doing excretory system not in frog or earthworm. We are doing our own excretory system. That means excretory system. Excretory system in human beings. So remember, we are doing this human excretory system only to understand our own system much more better. So that if there are any problems in our system, we can find a solution by visiting, like when we say kidney problems, very commonly now we say kidney stones. So there are different solutions which is available, which we know. Being a biology student, we all know that if we consume plenty of water, if we have lot of fluids in our food or in our diet, lot of fibers, we can avoid this kidney stones. So like that we can find it's having day-to-day application in our day-to-day life. So let us see what is the excretory system in human beings. When we say excretory system in human beings, we have to see What does this excretory system consist of? Human excretory system consists of, just look at the board, pair of kidneys. Like when you did respiratory system, you did lungs. When you come to the brain, there is a brain there, coordination, brain. Like that, when we do excretory system, the main excretory organ in human being is kidney. So, human excretory system consists of a pair of kidneys, then pair of ureters. See the spellings, U-R-E-T-E-R-S, a pair of ureters. Then, urinary bladder. Urinary bladder. Last one, urethra. So, did you get human excretory system? So, let us see, human excretory system consists of a pair of kidneys, pair of ureters, urinary bladder, urethra. So now when I say a pair of kidneys, let us draw one rough diagram. Always remember, our kidney we are going to see in detail, structure, shape, size, external structure, internal structure we are going to do. So this is how many? A pair means two. We have a pair of kidneys and then we have a pair of ureters. See the labeling now. This is pair of kidney. Ureters. Don't get confused with ureter and urethra. Both are two different things. So this extended tube-like structure is ureter. How many ureters we have? Two. Then we have the bladder. It is called as urinary bladder. We say, no, sometimes you feel like urination, you get the sensation for urination. That means you tell, oh, my stomach is paining, It is not stomach. Your bladder is full. Which bladder? Urinary bladder. Don't wait till your bladder is full, because that is also not a good sign. You have to urinate at regular intervals. If you do not urinate, again it will cause damage to your excretory system. So this is our urinary bladder, and then there is one opening at the end that is called as urethra. Remember, we didn't write a pair of urinary bladder because we have only one urinary bladder. And urethra, the opening through which the urine comes out is called as urethra. So don't get confused. Human excretory system consists of a pair of kidneys, pair of. Now if we label, this is kidney, then this is ureter, U-R-E-T-E-R, ureter. Next, urinary bladder. Last one, here, urethra, U-R-E-T-H-R-A, urethra. So this is human excretory system. So now there is a lab activity there. When I say lab activity, what we have to do is we have to see the external and internal structure of kidney. So now work for you to be done. You have to go to page number 90 or the end of the our lesson 4th unit. First question you have, what is excretion? Only what is excretion, that means you have to write the definition for excretion and what are the different waste materials which are produced during respiration. 2. Second question. Third, you have to write about the excretory system, human excretory system. Along with this diagram page 78, excretory system diagram you have to draw. So did you get what to do, the work to be done? So this is homework which we will check regularly at regular intervals, because see, now everyone has to do this homework in your notes. Start with 4th chapter, 4th unit excretion, and reach till this diagram. Thank you.